Right, hello everybody. Welcome to the last match of the night here in VR Master League. This is week 11, winding down this weekend, going into what will be a hugely busy Sunday tomorrow. But first off and last off, we have Chaos facing Skull-Crusaders. I'm Palidore, being joined by Minihat of Spaghetti on his second cast here on stream. So how's it going, Minihat?
It's great. Excited to get this cast underway. We have Chaos just coming off of winning 2 rounds versus High Voltage. Let's see if they can do the same against this formidable opponent here in Skull-Crusaders, who gave a heck of a match to my own dear Team Spaghetti last night.
Yeah, that was a really entertaining one. Took him to 3 rounds, and that shot almost going in off his first round, but it will be ultimately taken back by Skull-Crusaders. And I gotta say, was looking forward to this match, a challenge match at that. These are teams who, over the course of the season, they've followed very similar trajectories just as teams in terms of the rate at which they've improved and increased their chemistry and team play. And they've had at least a couple really close series in Season 1 so far. Now, pass will miss over there and bounce off the wall, but still Skull with another try at it, going for the barrier and then backing it out again to Skull-Crusaders.
Skull-Crusaders always a dangerous player when he has the disc, and probably expect to see him targeted a lot around the bubble.
Yeah, we saw some of that last night too, if I'm correct. We had a shot from him that, actually maybe it was Soisy, but there's Ant Gas over there. That was one of those full court or half court things, and we saw one from Spaghetti almost. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah, Soisy started things off with a deep 3, and they didn't slow down. They took the first round off of Spaghetti in convincing fashion.
Yeah, although there was a late game run made by Spaghetti, and just barely through the skin of their teeth were Skull-Crusaders able to win, but it was still impressive no less given the differential. And I was kind of mentioning to you exactly that before we went live, how I think Skull-Crusaders, and it applies to Chaos as well, but Skull-Crusaders still kind of lagging behind in terms of the connoisseur, like the public opinion. A lot of people not realizing how good they actually have become more and more over the course of the season.
Yeah, Team Spaghetti experienced the same thing for a while, and people are starting to catch on. I think the same will happen for Skull if they keep putting up this type of showings against competitive teams.
Yeah, but really competitive at the moment as we finally get our first goal. There's Skull-Crusaders, assisted by Soisy. So both of those guys we were just mentioning a moment ago, contributing to this offensive play. So that one just coming from 6 meters out, but the goalie pretty bothered there after that pass and just enabled the shot. So a couple minutes off the clock, and we'll see what Chaos comes through here with Cakester over on that tunnel now, or passing to the tunnel, I should say, to Mamba, who is somewhat newer to the roster, been here at least a few weeks now, as Farafo goes for the backboarded goal to tie it up.
Last time these teams met, Skull-Crusaders won in a hard-fought 3 rounds, and this is already looking like it's going to be a good one.
Now, I could be totally off base here, but if you happen to have a look on it, let me know in a minute or so, if you can pull it up. Because I feel like they've had at least 2 series, maybe one even earlier in the season, that also went to 3 rounds. And I believe, oh, hold on, bounce shot almost going in. And now softly off the backboard. Well, I'm almost surprised that went in. For Farafo, that was just a very casual fling softly. That was like right off the center of the pyramid, just looking at that one like, look at this, right off the dots, perfectly placed, and kind of threw off the defender.
Yeah, sure enough, you're right, Palidore. Early on in the season, in late February, Chaos did take a match off of Skull-Crusaders, and that was in 2. And so a bit of back and forth in this series.
And if that's the only 2 times, and this does in fact make this challenge match, as we do approach this final week of the season, you know, that makes it the tie splitter, I suppose, if that's correct.
Yeah, I suppose that's true, Palidore.
I guess hence why the challenge match. They got to figure. I mean, maybe they would have been matched up next week, maybe not. But I was hoping, because I remember saying it. Those have been some of my more entertaining matches, just personally over the season, watching Chaos and Skull-Crusaders fight off against each other. So I was looking forward to an eventual grudge match here, and it looks like we do in fact have it. So thus far, 5.5 left. We've got just a 2-point lead for Chaos. They're not pulling ahead by all too much, and Skull-Crusaders just trying to hold them back, but you can see again, go back to matches from a month ago, 2 months ago. The difference in pacing, the difference in passing. Couldn't find the placement on that goal, but getting a rebound now is Oculus. So now the immediate boost over here to Acorn. Hitting Soisy in its stride. Very nice delivery and almost had the open goal available, but defense doing a great job to cut that one off.
Defense from both of these teams really standing out so far.
Yeah, here it goes again, some back and forth, and right there a second time. So we saw it over on the Chaos side, we saw it on the Skull side now, where he had, a window of opportunity, but no, shutting it on the fingers just about of the offense with those punches. So
nice reset, looking for some space.
And looking for their shots, and that's a good place to put it with a 6-2 advantage. Chaos now. Well, as good as Skull-Crusaders have been, gotta say, same thing for Chaos. You can see it there with their patience paying off for the 5-meter out goal. Just a couple minutes almost passed since that last joust. Lower score in here, but very competitive. So over to the tunnel entrance will be Mamba, able to work his way through for another bounce attempt. They've had a few of those sailed dangerously close to scoring, but just not paying for it quite there is Skull-Crusaders, so they'll go out back on offense here with some passes.
Yeah, Mamba, a newer addition to the Chaos roster, at least relatively newer, and he's a big difference maker for them. Well-known player in pubs and among the higher echelon Echo Arena players, and definitely a player to watch.
Yeah, rostered there on Infinite for a little while. We saw Infinite playing earlier today, match against Orbit, and that was a pretty entertaining as well. Went to 3 rounds, tightly contested. At least I'm pretty sure. No,
Mamba,
2 rounds, I think.
Player right there.
Oh yeah, Mamba with a shot.
Recovers his own clear. 3-pointer.
Excuse me, yeah. I mean, making up for it was speed. Should say the match earlier, Infinite Orbit almost went, but it was indeed a closure there from Infinite. But yeah, Mamba being a roster member on there for a while, and that's just a testament to his ability, to his talent level. I mean, he's gonna, no doubt, whatever teams he finds himself on in any kind of league or event, he's gonna shine a bit there with his talent. But I would say just the same over here. Be Mamba actually again. So hold that thought. He's going for a bouncer, and that's another one that's going to be just a little bit off for Chaos. So not able to capitalize on every one of these bounce shots that they've taken, and there's been a few of them here in round 1. And now you can see Mamba over on the floor, calling for the disc over that Merc Island. Does dish it off here to Cakester. Cakester finding him right back. There's the cut. 3 different players all anchoring down, looking for the goal, and it's 11-2. Chaos definitely coming to play and make a statement here against Skull-Crusaders.
Chaos looking like a team that's warmed up and ready to play. Skull-Crusaders, maybe they're coming in just a little cold. I don't know if we'll see a better showing in round 2, but right now this is looking like quite a showing from Chaos.
Absolutely. So full credit to Chaos. Even despite some of those near misses on those bounce shots, hasn't really cost them anything because they're up nearly by double digits, especially if they recover here. And in the deep back leg now, Cakes are going to play that out, and quite smart at this point. I mean, less than 2 minutes, you're ahead by 9 points. You do not want to give away any threes. I mean, just hang back, waste some clock, and, should a crash or anything like that come through, I mean, you'll be A-okay. Now, diving in, great save from Mamba. He's going to deny it off there with a good grab. But getting it right back and maybe sending it to the midline. It's just going to be contested by a few players, all piling up for the moment before Mamba gets a clear. And just off the side there. Quick hello to everyone there in chat as well. Saw Alikos, BYX Gaming, VTS King, Andy W, and Quoden TV. Asking who wants to join my team. Definitely check out the Discord if you haven't already and reach out there. Just as Acorn tries to reach out for the completion on that, unable to do so. So Oculus-Sator with a just pocket full of maneuvers, throws it in the face of the defenders. Here's one for you, here's one for you, here's one for you, and here's 2 for me. Takes the goal.
Dangerous player that can take those 2v3 or 1v3 situations, and Oculus-Sator is one of those players who has shown us time and time again that he's comfortable in that scenario.
Yeah, and Cakester now for Chaos, despite that score, I mean, for Skull, it's not really going to affect the outcome of the first round at least. So at the moment, it's just going to be a bounce shot. Oh, absolutely from Skull-Crusaders. And this is not the first time he's hit that in the season, for that matter. He's had a few of them over the week, so I'm not even surprised, but I am impressed. Skull-Crusaders with a big hit to bring it within 4 as this first round comes to a close.
Bit too little, too late for round 1, but showing us they can get it done, and we're expecting big things from Skull-Crusaders here going into round 2.
Absolutely, that was a Tony time worthy score from Skull-Crusaders. Looked real good though. 11-7 as we head up to the stat sheets, and if you give us a read at that, Mr. Minihat. If you want.
My client actually crashed out right now, so I'm gonna need a quick re-invite on Atlas.
Well, that is most unfortunate. There you go. It's up for you. Enjoy that.
All right.
This is a perfect.
Got it. Thanks.
Good. Perfect advertisement for Atlas. Again, private match browser. Go ahead and download it. You can see it over on the Echo Discord and multiple channels. There's an Atlas channel dedicated there, and it'll show you how to download it. But private match browser will get you right back in a hurry without any kind of invites required or anything. It's just basically a client that lists some private matches if you host it up. So.
Yeah, so I was able to keep things up just watching the Twitch stream with the rest of our viewers here. Speaking of which, we got in the Twitch chat here. So we got BTS King, Fix Gaming, Andy W.
Yeah.
Furcar. What's up, Palidore Mini? What's up, Furcar? Glad to see you.
No, you said, what's up, Playdore? Pladdore? Plattador?
Oh, no.
Fashion
Can't butcher
choices.
Palidore's name here.
I think he's just saying he likes plaid. That's
We'll
all.
go with that.
Yeah. Well, hello, Furcar. Nonetheless, no, don't apologize. I called you Faircar for basically 3/4 of the season, which was slightly mispronounced. So, you know what? We're even now. No harm done as round 2 launches out here. 10 minutes on the clock. Chaos taking that first one. Let's see if Skull can complete a rebuttal. So on this first attempt, just going to be back and forth a bit. Mamba taking over the disc. He's going to go down the mid-line as it sails to and fro, corner to corner, just about in a zipper, but it will be taken rather quickly. Tap back out to Mamba, who ducks on through, looks for his teammates up high, and he does find them as they cut in here. Everyone kind of retreating, but certainly the defense off balance if Chaos wishes to push it, but they're going to reset, and that's just as good as a choice as anything. You know, it's what's bought them success. That said, that pass, not as much. But over here, couldn't get the touch on the clear, so actually maybe giving Farafo another chance. Now taken back, Soisi with a disc. He'll go look for the pass over to Skull-Crusaders. Don't give him those angles because he's going to make them a fairly high percentage of the time. I would not be surprised if that one was going to bounce in off of that ceiling there. Either or, though, the defense retreated quite in time. Will be Daniel McFabulous with the disc. He has an open goal. Will he miss? No, it's right in the corner, painting that goal and getting the first 3 for Chaos.
Not quite as dominant a start as we saw from Chaos in round 1, but they're certainly on the board here ahead of Skull, and it's going to be a good round.
And Andy W saying NS, which stands for nice shot, of course. I'm hip with the lingo here in Twitch. But Ant Gas with the disc, and he's just going to bait out the defenders at the stack, and actually does so successfully. There's the pass, and Soisi with the disc, and a lot of time to spare. Skull-Crusaders continuing to bother that stack indefinitely over there on the back end.
Skull-Crusaders, one of those players dangerous on offense and defense. He's showing you why right now.
Absolutely. I'm just very curious just to continue following Skull-Crusaders and Skull-Crusaders for that matter and over the course of the next coming months, because just, again, with the improvement we've seen lately and with the skill we've seen individually from a lot of these players, sky's the limit as they go for that sky shot that just misses. So Acorn with that disc finding Skull-Crusaders. He's going to harbor that disc right close to the chest, playing the disc close to the back, but Cakester denies their attack and clears it.
What a save from Cakester.
Cakester's
got that
so
man
nice.
sitting on the backboard there. That was an amazing save.
Yeah, Cakester showing his stuff with some literal, figurative stuffs with the saves on the goal, either or. It will be Skull-Crusaders coming in for a couple more. Well, that is to say, actually, the first couple in round 2, but You know, maybe he can heat up a little bit again off of that.
3 minutes off the clock, score 3-2. Anyone's game.
Anyone's game, not Ender's game, Andy, not Ender's game. That's, wait for the Illuminati matches tomorrow. But nonetheless, Cakester here with a disc. He's going to roll out. And just missing the hands of actually a pair of teammates still might get it back for them. It's Mamba, but missing the pass. And yet again, I guess right place, right time for these teammates. Despite all the chaos, there's chaos in the goal for Raffo.
Raffo sneaking that one in past Oculisator in the back of the goal. That's a tough angle to take.
Yeah, very tough angle, and even then, an inch off, and it would have been dinging off that post on the bottom, but still got it through. So Chaos with a 3-point lead, 6 minutes still remaining in round 2, and remaining until they could secure a victory for Chaos, or for Skull to secure the 3rd round. That's a very nice pass to Soyce. He's going to take the angle, maybe even being baited into the shot a little bit. Granted, it still could have gotten through. Oculisator rebound, looking for the backboard, but little miscommunication. Soyce still recovers, finds Oculisator again. Oh, and the concentration and the improv being shown there from Skull-Crusaders, because they missed their first 2 kind of intended play calls with the passes, and yet they still recovered to find the appropriate pass anyways and kind of, you know, weave their artistry on this canvas for some goals. I know this was a discussion, too, we were having among some casters the other day occasionally, with Skinny as well, I believe, where they're saying, you know, play calls and set plays are important, but they're not the be-all, end-all. You need to know how to adjust on the fly. If a certain play that you were going for doesn't work out, you still got to be able to collect yourself and figure out, okay, what am I doing next, and all in a split second.
Yeah, without saying too much, I mean, Team Spaghetti, we don't play a lot of set plays. We just kind of like to improv and go on the fly. Maybe that's going to hold us back at some point. But oh, speaking of holding back, Mamba stops the disc mid-court, long 3 shot. Not quite.
Yeah, and that's kind of why, going back to your point, I sometimes refer to, between Spaghetti and Orbit, but especially Spaghetti, kind of mini jokers, because, you know what, it doesn't pay, well, it's not a negative thing for Joker, as Oculisator converts a goal, so actually takes a lead for Skull-Crusaders. But certainly Joker...
That was a nice feed by Soyce right there. Oculisator gets a nice, easy slap right into the bottom of the goal.
Yeah, a very nice hit, and from only 3 meters out, that's going to be hard to save. But yeah, for Joker, they play a very similar style. They have some meta plays, but they also just kind of do their own thing. Sometimes they make it up as they go here and there, and it works out very well.
Yeah, we played a scrim with Joker.
Oh, Mamba. Not a scrim, but a competition here in VR Master League, and that's going to be a very official goal from Mamba as he rolls in for the 2. Taking the lead right back. 4 minutes left and starting to heat up maybe in this second half of round 2. See Andy in the chat also asking, Palidore, are you interested in infinite woes? No, that's one of their shots, the woe. Or the what, it can be named both. Either or will be taken over here by Chaos. It's Mamba in the back line.
Really strong boost on the joust.
But to answer Andy's question, am I interested in infinite tongs? Well, you know, I did just make a steak, so maybe. My tongs at home a little bit too short. I got burnt. It kind of hurt. So yes, send over some infinite tongs, please. As Cakester loses the disc here to Oculus. So open goal about to be conceded maybe, and if they can make it, and they will, back in the lead for Skull-Crusaders. 3 minutes left, maybe a round 3 that will be eyeballing here. Or meatballing here. Shout out
I don't know if we want to drag Meatballer into this.
I don't know. I was just trying to lob you something, something to bounce off of. But yeah, never mind, Meatballer. Shout out if you happen to be watching though. Cakester, he's watching his teammate Mamba over there. But the nice defense from Acorn, playing the back liner, so denying a reset. Now over to the top of the ramp will be Farafo there. He's going to be assaulted quickly by Oculisator, but Oculisator getting it stolen. And on the wedge will be turnover again, maybe. And will be Acorn trying to dive in, but it looks like at this point, so Chaos is doing a pretty good job to accommodate for some of those jukes and some of the ducks that we do see from Skull from time to time. And it's always one of those situations where they're good in spurts, but you throw in too many jukes, especially if it's the ducks. A lot of players these days generally know how to accommodate for that, so it doesn't happen to them twice.
Mamba is a brick wall on defense right now. Every turnover with 1.5, 2 minutes left on the clock is critical at this point.
Yeah, every single goal, every single denial, every single flurry here will be of great import with only 1:38 left in this one. And it's, at the moment, Chaos just trying to import a goal, if nothing else. A miniature drought they're facing off against here. Dano unable to find the goal. And just going to separate out here into a good position. I like that from Dano, so missed the shot, but put himself where? In a good position to hopefully get the disc. Just the pass is slightly misled. But still great positioning even from Chaos as they take over the disc, and the shot goes for the tie, and Gas tried to save and could not.
This is exactly the match we were hoping for. Two evenly matched teams, 9-9, 1 minute ago.
Absolutely, so Skull-Crusaders looking to score here, just dish it right back and force this round 3. We know they're capable. Let's see what they roll out with here on the back line. Oh, too strong of a pass, so maybe right back into the hands of Chaos.
Too much time on the clock for them to waste it all here, but they can at least try to take some.
See, D Bugatti in the chat. Do you like us again? We're streaming a Skull game. Your comment hurt me deeply. Last week. Just kidding. Only sort of. I only cried a little. But anyways, over here, Mamba will go for the clear. Actually, no, finding maybe a pass towards Dano. He's on the other end. If a score happens here, this will be absolutely devastating for any team for that matter, depending which way it goes. 15 seconds left. Will be taken there, but punched out. It's Skull-Crusaders, so Dano, great defense. Finding Farafo, the offense, and the game winner here at the end of round 2 for Chaos.
You can hear the excited Chaos players in game here, taking the match off of Skull-Crusaders in 2.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. So denying us that coveted third round ending. And you know what? Chaos over the weeks, if nothing else, has been a fantastic team in giving us casters and viewers those 3-round series. Almost uncanny. It was 2 weeks ago. They had 3 consecutive nights. It was a Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday, where 3 matches in a row for Chaos went to 3 rounds. Ended in game winners, I should say. Two out of the 3 were in 3 rounds, but 3 game winners in a row on those matches. And Chaos has just been uncanny, it seems like, in those really tight victories or losses. Doesn't matter. Super entertaining to watch. But yeah, breaking that tie on the series indeed, with another competitive game, highly competitive game between these two teams. Not a surprise to see that score differential whatsoever. And I'm just happy we got to see it and cast it. Round 3 or not, that was a fun watch. So taking a look here at the scores momentarily. We have Ant Gas over on Skull-Crusaders with the 3 points, 2 saves, 11 stuns. We have Acorn with 1 assist, 1 steal, 25 stuns. There's Skull-Crusader, 13. The Baker's dozen. Definitely cooking up something of his own on a lot of those shots, but just unable to eke out that victory, unfortunately, but still. Big scoring totals for him, as well as that 39 stun count. Soisy with 3 assists, 2 steals, 18 stuns. And then for Chaos Orange team, victorious team, it's a Farafo with 8 points, 28 stuns. Mamba, 5 points, 4 assists, 3 saves, 2 steals, 19 stuns. Goodness, that's quite the stat line for him, and testament to what Minihat was saying earlier just about his skill level. But Dano with 7 points, 2 assists, 1 steal, 33 stuns. And finally, Cakester with 1 assist, 3 save, and 13 stuns in these this 2-round series. 11-7, then 11-9. Very, very close.
Connoisseur vote was admittedly a little weak for this game, but based on that and the standings, an upset in favor of Chaos here, especially in 2 rounds. We had...
Did I say Minihat, Andy? So I meant Minihat. If I said Minihat, it's because Mrs. Minihat often stops by.
Yes, Mrs. Minihat would be my lovely wife, for those who do not know.
And to the best of my knowledge, it was not Minihat who was casting beside me, unless... Okay, no, guess not. So, yes, Minihat was indeed my co-caster here. We saw Sputnik earlier along with Captain Canada casting over on VRML Channel 2. We also had Sir Dimwee casting, so a lot of people coming through on the streams today to make sure we streamed as much as possible, and we'll do the same for the next game coming, well, tomorrow. I'll pull up the schedule for you momentarily here just to get a look at the full buffet that we have set for tomorrow.
With that mention of Sir Dimwee, I would be loath to mention, not to mention, that Mrs. Minicat insisted he does owe her a picture of his cat.
That's true. Yeah, I remember that. I actually, not to kind of tease, but I actually got a picture of said cat. But that's up to Dimwee if he wants to post
Pally.
it.
That might make her extremely jealous. You're gonna have to watch. She does know how to use Discord, and she will find you.
Oh boy, so Mrs. Minicat about to come at me with some Discord, I guess, if I don't distribute the cat pics. What is she, the internet herself? Everyone loves them some cat pics, but hey. So, on that note, schedule up here, can kind of see what we've got going on for us in the very near future. Starting off tomorrow afternoon for us North American folks. Evening time in Europe, of course, but will be Quackheads facing off versus Vibers. That's at 12 p.m., so noon Mountain Time or 2 p.m. Central. 45 minutes after that, we have Smash Dash versus Quackheads. So the back-to-back quack-to-quack matches, as I always like to say. Then there's Illuminati. Talked about them a little bit earlier with Ender and whatnot, but Illuminati playing actually at 1 p.m., so that's a bit of an early game and against Nay Plus Ultra. And then speaking of, it's back-to-back Nay Plus Ultra. So you had Quack to Quack. Now you have Nay to Nay? Nay. Watch them whip, watch them nay as we have the 2 games for them against Illuminati, and there is no team. Beyond that, we have Ignite versus Kang Gorillas and Kang to Kang. All these back-to-back games. I don't even have a pun at the ready for the Kang one.
I mean, a back-to-back Kang is just terrifying. You don't need an adjective for it.
Yeah, Kang Go-Go. So we're going to dance into the Kang Go-Go games there. We get Joker as well as our second match. And then Gambit versus another back-to-back. Stop it! This is a twin day here in VR Master League. Back-to-back for Instinct versus Gambit. And then Spaghetti. Minihat's team. And that'll be fun. Very instinctual and distinctual, but I can't think of a double to go with that one. So, and before I get in too much trouble, gonna move on to the next, and it's Creamy Milk. Smooth as silk on that transition, I do think, but the cream not quite as excited to talk about that, nor their new logo. Change it. Anyways, Illuminati facing off against Creamy Milk, and then ending the night on Joker versus Infinite. And that will be a very fun watch as well, as per usual. Oh, and
so it looks like we have no less than 3 matches at 8:30 Eastern tomorrow, with Creamy versus Illuminati, Joker versus Infinite, and Nitro versus Genesis. And then Mirage versus Skull-Crusaders to wrap things up at an hour later.
Wait, there were more? Oh Lord, I'm gonna pull it up again here and see. Because I didn't even get it on stream. I just stopped scrolling. I assumed we were done. No, of course we're not. Are there any more back-to-backs in there? Let's see. Yeah, so Nitro and Genesis, Mirage and Skull, as you can see on stream. There you go. Good on Mr. Minihat covering my Pally back. Appreciate that.
Got you, Pally.
I do see Mrs. Minicat in the chat as well, saying, I got a cat pick, and I didn't. This is ridiculous. You want to speak to my manager? I'll forward you the information. But we'll try next time. I'll figure out a clever way to squeeze in a cat pick in the next Spaghetti game. You just wait.
I'm sure she would greatly appreciate that.
I'll just throw it in there after you comment or something. I don't know. We'll see. Or after Spaghetti scores, we'll see. All right. Well, she says, yes, I would like to speak to your manager. Okay, 1 minute. Hi, Palidore here. What kind of complaint would you like to file? I'm just kidding. Anyway. All right, that'll do it for us. So for everyone there at home, thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting and interacting, and to our casters as well for watching. It's been a fun time. And yeah, we're going to get right to it for our final week, week 12, starting on Monday as well, and that's going to be fun. But until then, be happy, be healthy, be safe, be good to each other, and we'll see you again real soon.